everyone. So today I wanted to make a video on inviting, and it might seem kind of redundant because everyone should know what inviting is. But I wanted to get a little bit more in depth with it and go over what I've learned recently about inviting and talk about my struggles with it and how I overcame it, and a couple aha moments that I've had recently. So real quick before I get into all of that, I became a coach in May of 2014 of this year, and I've struggled for most of the time. And I wasn't one of those people that researched what coaching was before I became a coach. I've been on a health and fitness journey for about 4 years. And the beginning of this year, I really buckled down and decided that I really wanted my health and fitness goals to be my main priority. I wanted to achieve the things that I've been saying that I wanted to achieve and give it 110%. So beginning of this year, that was my resolution, and I stuck to it. And I became a coach in May. And it came at the perfect time. I was just, really into the challenge group that I was in, loved all the support, and was really excited to be able to help other people. So when I first started, I didn't really know what I was getting into. So on my own time, I was going over the inviting and the 3 vital behaviors and everything that pertained to Beachbody. But it was pretty hard for me in the beginning, and that's because I'm not an extremely outgoing person. I was a few years back, but the past couple years when I've been on and off again with my goals, I just was surrounded by a lot of people that didn't really support me, that were positive, that were people that, inspired me to do better. So the past couple years I've been kind of keeping to myself, kind of clamming up, became introverted, and just decided to work on myself, and most importantly, my mental health. I struggled with anxiety and depression my whole life, and I'm just extremely hard on myself. And while most people are also hard on themselves, I take it to another level. I set my expectations extremely high, and if I don't reach my goals or reach those expectations, I'm just really, really harsh on myself. So when I became a coach, you have to really share your story and open up and reconnect with people. And it was just a very hard thing for me to do. And I had been on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those things, but I wasn't really connecting with people that had been in my life. They were just there. So when I started posting about Beachbody and sharing my fitness journey and my weight loss and everything, people were kind of standoffish. And when it came down to inviting, when I knew that I was to connect with people and just start conversations, I instead did the big no-no of just saying hello, whatever, sending a message, and just inviting to my PIO test group or whatever challenge group I was doing at the time, and just kind of sent a direct invite instead of really connecting and inviting with old friends. So in the beginning, I got a lot of ignores, a lot of no's, a few maybes, and a couple yeses. And the yeses were actually people that I see day to day at my regular job. And these people, I've had conversations with, they know me, I know them, we have trust, we have that connection. And so they joined me in one of my challenge groups. So I hit Emerald, and I was super psyched for it. Really felt like I got momentum and was just really excited for the next step. And I started pushing for Diamond. And after my PIO challenge group, I lost my Emerald rank. My friends that had signed up with me, they had signed up as discount coaches, but unfortunately they felt that Shakeology was too expensive. So I was crushed, and I've been working really hard to try and get my Emerald rank back. But I kept getting a lot of no's, and I felt like I was getting nowhere. So like I said before, I'm extremely harsh on myself, and while I don't want to compare myself to others, I want to succeed so bad. So when I see other people around me succeeding, I'm happy for them, but I'm mad at myself for not pushing extra hard to get back to where I was. So it's just this vicious cycle with me, and the last couple of months have been really harsh for me. And so first I started reading the Motivation Manifesto, so I'm in that right now, and that's really helped me in the past couple weeks. But before that, I decided that maybe I need to sit back and reevaluate how I'm doing things. If I'm not getting success, there must be something that I'm doing that's wrong. And so I went back to all my other invites and I started looking at it from a different perspective. And it's silly and it's embarrassing to admit, but it was just an aha moment. Like I'm in it and I want to succeed so bad that I'm just blinded by my actions. And while we're told over and over and over to, reconnect with people and build that trust and that friendship again, I was just going out there boldly and inviting people to join my challenge group, to work with me on their health and fitness goals, and not really getting to know their needs, getting to know them as a person. And when I reevaluated the situation and took a step back, I put myself in their shoes. Now, of course, I'm really into health and fitness, so I would like for someone just to randomly invite me to a challenge group. I would totally be down for that. But if I was just a regular person that thinks of exercise as a drag, that, eats poorly, has bad habits, wants to change but just doesn't have the motivation or know where to start, if some random person that I knew from high school or from some other time, and I haven't talked to them in a really long time, if they just randomly messaged me and said, hey, want to join my challenge group, I would most likely say no. And to be honest, I might be one of those people that don't respond back. Just because you don't want to be rude, but you don't know what to say. So once I started thinking of it in that way, I'm like, wow, what have I been doing? Of course people aren't going to believe in me or trust in me if I'm just randomly hitting them up with a message like that and not talking to them, actually having a conversation. And I've heard this other times at Super Saturdays from my coach personally, and while I have been reconnecting with other people as well, it hasn't been each individual person. And just those compounded habits that I started to create and didn't realize was setting me up for failure. Of course, people are going to want to be on my team if they barely know me. Who would want to do that? So after reading the Motivation Manifesto and talking about your way of thinking, and just really for me to sit back and think about how I treat myself and how hard I am on myself, I create all these feelings, I create all these emotions. And I'm putting all this extra pressure and stress on myself when it doesn't need to be that complicated. It's simple. And I've been so focused on wanting to hit Success Club and get my free ticket to Nashville to go to Summit and all these things, and then beating myself up because I didn't do that. That doesn't mean I failed as a coach. It just means that there's just some twerking that I need to do in my business and just sit back and realize what I did wrong. So that's the journey that I've been on recently. And while inviting is just, it seems simple, go out and invite. At the end of the day, it's not just going out and inviting. It's about connecting with people and building that relationship. And while that might seem like common sense to some people, it really took me a long time to understand that. And I think it was more of a defense mechanism in myself, because I was so nervous to reconnect with people. It was just easier for me to just send the invite and be done with it. And it's just been a learning process for me. And, while I wish that I was at Diamond by this time, I love Beachbody. I want to be a part of this for forever. I want to build my business, and I know that this is something that is going to bring me joy and fulfillment. So I'm not going to quit, even though there were times that I really wanted to because I was so upset, but I'm not going to quit. This is what I want to do. I want to help as many people as possible, and that could not be more true. I mean, it is like so exciting to be a part of this and to learn everything that I've learned. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'm completely rambling at this point, but if you're struggling with inviting, or if you're new and you kind of feel lost as to what to do, yes, go out and invite, but first, sit down with people, start a conversation. If you don't hit Success Club your first month, second month, third month, don't beat yourself up about it. Just focus on the 3 vital behaviors and really listen to the people that you're connecting with, and eventually they'll open up to you, share their struggles, and you'll be able to help them. It might not be immediate, it might take a really long time, but if you're just consistent with doing these things over time, you will get success. We will both get success. Alright, that's all guys. Thank you for listening. I hope this helped you. Have a good day.